Thank you, Jennifer. Alrighty. Yay. Kimberly, hello, hello. Doodoo Bird, hello. Yay. Thanks, Deb. Oh, Deb, you're a member. Yay. Deb joined my membership. Susan, thank you, thank you. Dilly, thank you. Kimberly, hi everybody. So this is going to be a bit different from my usual lives. This live here, we're reading on the question of why did Meghan Markle have lunch with a surrogate agency boss? And before, when you couldn't hear me, I said it was because I pulled this card. Meghan was uncertain, and there's a sort of scheming going on behind the scenes. And then I asked, was it a warning to Harry that not about the lunch, but that it got publicized, because nothing that Meghan does is publicized unless she wants it to be publicized. And you see here, it talks about do not drink the poison. Do not do things that are bad for you. And I'm getting that this is Meghan here. This is her energy. There she's got Harry. You can see she's got her hand on him. And then her other hand is on this lever. And what I had, the impression that I got from this card was that Harry's got Meghan's got all this poison, all these secrets about Harry. And if Harry doesn't behave, she's going to pull the lever, maybe to do with the surrogacy. She's going to pull the lever and open the floodgates and let all of those secrets out. So Harry, that was a warning to Harry that he better behave. What do you think? What do you think? Oh, you can hear me breathing. Sorry, Leslie. You're right, Doodoo Bird. She's always scheming. Bottle full. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being a member. Thank you for being a member. I'm just charging $2.99 a month for the memberships, and it'll get you priority answers to my to questions and to comments. So what do you think? What do you think? She's always scheming, yes. And I got very clearly that this was a warning to Harry, as much as a warning to the royal family. I think that she's got information, and that she could release the information at any time. Cards, what do you think? What was this lunch about? Because the thing is, to be honest, she can have lunch. She could have called this person privately, or she could have had lunch in her mansion. She didn't need to let the news slip that she was having lunch with a surrogacy boss. Yeah. There's things going on behind the scenes. And last time I got when I pulled this card, I got that this might be a doctor or a surgeon, but it might actually be a doctor who does surrogacy. And I got a very rude comment from a troll who said, have you never read Alice in Wonderland? Don't you know anything about the story? Don't you know that that person in the card was the Mad Hatter? Yeah, honey, I'm reading Energy of Cards. I'm not reading the book called Alice in Wonderland. And so when I got before that this was the doctor, this actually might be the surrogacy agency boss. Meghan over there not looking very happy. There they're having lunch. Ooh, mushrooms. They're having mushrooms. So something that's going to give them an altered state maybe. And this might be the surrogacy agency boss, but she's not very pleasant looking, is she? And look, what's she pouring into this cup that she's going to feed Meghan? Ooh, does this mean that she's conceiving something? She's going to conceive another one. What do you think? What do you think? Leslie Hogg, no apologies. She pulls the lever and pulls it on herself. Exactly. She'll let out all the poison. But what she's going to say, I'm getting, if she pulls the lever and tells the truth that there was a surrogate, obviously, all allegedly, just my opinion reading the cards, but if she does that, her untruth is going to be revealed. But look at her determination. She's already got a plan. She's going to say that Harry forced her to have a surrogate. She's going to say she couldn't have children and Harry forced her to have a surrogate. She's going to say that the royal family forced her. So she's going to come out somehow looking like the victim in all of it. They made me use a surrogate, and they made me lie. They made me pretend I was pregnant. Yep, she makes up things. Curious dream. She just makes up whatever comes into her head. I get that a lot about her. And her first dream was to be like Princess Diana. But if she can't get that right, she's going to use it to her advantage. One thing's for sure, she's never going to let out any story unless it benefits her. And so I'm just looking for some other cards here. missed you last time. I'm going to just, Karen, I'm going to make you a moderator because you previously said that you would be a moderator. So I'm just going to make you a moderator so you can moderate any of my lives. So, Duty Bird, Karen, thank you for letting me know who you are. I've been missing you. Yeah, Kimberly, I also get that she's older than she says. I also get that she's older than she says. Oh, Dilly, you did join, because look, you've got a little star next to your name. You worked. It worked. You remember. Yay! And I'm going to be doing some things off YouTube for people who want more personalized stuff like reads and that kind of thing. But that's going to come up. At the moment, I'm just having the $2.99 member. Look at this. Meghan is reinventing herself. She is going to reinvent herself. First, she was the victim of the evil royal family. And now she's going to reinvent herself as something else. Also the victim of the royal family, but she wants us to look at her in a different light. That's what the hint of the surrogacy lunch was all about. Hey, Deb. Hi, everybody. We're just wondering, what do you all think that this meeting with the surrogacy head lady was all about? I thought it was a warning. I think it's a warning to Harry not to play away from home. That was my thought. Wolf, is that Barky? Have you changed your name? Oh, it is you, Barky. Wolf, you heard from your friends in NC. Oh, I'm so happy. Yay. Yay, Barky, Wolf. You heard from your friends in North Carolina. Oh, guys, if you don't know, Wolf is one of my long-time subscribers, and she's had family and friends in North Carolina in that terrible hurricane, and she hadn't heard from them, and we were all just praying for Barky, for Wolf, for her friends, that it was just going to be an issue of communication, because there's been quite a lot of deaths with Hurricane Helene, and we were all praying. Everybody on this channel were praying for Wolf to make sure that, you know, it was just a breakdown in communication and not something worse. Oh, Wolf, I'm so glad you told us. So glad. Oh, I've got the chills. Mean Mary Jean, you left me a message on the previous video. I will check it, but after this, alrighty? After this. So I won't see it. If you want me to see that message, Mean Mary Jean, if you want me to see it now, could you just retype it into this chat? Yeah, Leslie, I agree with you. She'll never be seen as a victim any longer. She's told too many lies. She's told too many lies. Oh, she is poisonous. And look, she's been biding her time. She's just been waiting. And I think this is also to do with the energy of the royal family. They've just been waiting and waiting and waiting until jealous Meghan Markle screws up. She does one too many lies. She poisons herself. Remember that first card? Oh, no, the second card was about this green poison. And so whoever it was that said, if she lets the truth out, she'll be poisoning herself. You're very, very intuitive. Look at that. Yep. If she lets the truth out about the kids, I don't think there'll be ever any going back for her. Hey, Doo-Doo, that's fine. Busy with family issues. Glad to have you back. Min Wade. Wolf, yes. Okay, everybody. Sorry, you've been having some issues there, Doo-Doo. Alrighty, what do people think about the witch at the end of the world? I wonder if this was always her plan. But this card here is making me wonder. This is maybe the surrogacy doctor pouring some more into a cup. I hope, for goodness sake, that she's not considering having another surrogacy baby. But look at the cups that are on the table. There's one cup, maybe Archie, another cup, maybe Liddy, and a third cup? Oh, I don't know. We don't need any more invisible children. Alrighty, what do you all think? Why do you think she met with that? Do you think it was a warning to the royal family about something? There you go. This is Meghan's energy. She met with that surrogacy person because she wants to look cleaner than clean, whiter than white. She's the angel. She's going to be cosplaying the angel next. The wicked, evil royal family made me do it. They made me hide. They made me hide the surrogacy. And I actually think, well, let's ask the cards. Why did Meghan and Harry really leave the UK? Why did Meghan and Harry really leave the UK? Ho, ho, ho. Hoo. Shallow grave, it says. I'm getting that Meghan was digging her own grave when she was in the UK. And I'm getting that this is to do with the story around Archie and all the secrets and all the lies around Archie around Earth. And I'm getting that Meghan knew that if that secret came out, it would be the end of her. It would be the end of her in the UK. And it would be too difficult to keep the secret of Archie while they were still with the royal family. So I'm getting that. She didn't want the secret of Archie's birth to bury her in the royal family, and that's why she moved away. What do you all think? What do you all think? She was kicked out on her rear, Leslie. Dillygaff. They were also thrown out. Okay, let's ask. Were they kicked out? Were they thrown out? Thanks, Min. Yeah, just reminding everybody to like the video. She was thrown out. Oh, everybody thinks she was thrown out. She was thrown out. Oh, two want to come out. This is scheming, maniacal. Maybe I'm wondering if she behaved so badly that they would throw her out. Maybe that was part of her scheme. And this is, I'm getting this whispering in her ear from the past and from the future. So this was how her plans went in the past, and this is what she wants for the future. Yeah, she's not happy. She's not happy at all. She doesn't understand why everything she does turns to rubbish. Why do people hate her? And this might also be the people, her employees, that keep leaving. And I saw very briefly this morning that there was another one that was leaving. So I'm getting, yep, she might have been kicked out, but that was her plan all along, because then she could claim to be a victim of the royal family. Let's ask the Meghan cards. Was this her plan all along? Did she want to be able to play the victim card? There she is again, cosplaying Diana. Sweetness and light. Yep, pretending to be something that she's not. Imagination, conception. So she imagined and dreamed up all these scenarios so that she thought if the royal family kicked her out, it would make them look bad. But no stories ever came out that she was kicked out. Oh, Mary Jean, me Mary Jean. I'm so glad that you're here to catch a live. This is not my usual lives. I do free readings every Saturday. My time, Brisbane, Australia, 6:30 a.m. I've got the next live scheduled, and when I do that kind of live, I do readings for everybody who's on. But yeah, this one we're talking about Meghan and the surrogacy meeting she had with that lady. I need some new cards. I should have got this already beforehand. These wisdom of the House of Night. Why do you think she had that meeting with that surrogacy lady? And not only had the meeting, because I'm not sure if she even did have the meeting, but why did she publish that she had the meeting? That, to me, is the more interesting question. Why was it something so public? She felt it would diminish her to admit the truth of her pregnancy. All of this for pride. Yeah, Deb, could very well be. She's feeling iced out. She wanted to have the perks of being in the royal family without having to do the work. Oh, Dilly, we know that they were thrown out. That's what Harry keeps saying. She's owed an apology. Yeah, but does anybody believe that? Apology for what? Maybe this is what she's threatening. She's going to say this is the thing that she's owed the apology for, that she was forced to have a surrogate. I think this is just the royal family let them go. They just couldn't tolerate the nonsense anymore. But Meghan's never going to let it go. Meghan's. She's always hoping. She's always hoping that around the corner there's going to be more fame, more glory, more money. Alrighty, everybody. Oh, Mary Jean, you've never had a reading before. What fun! Yeah, come along. Just a few hours earlier. I do it most Saturday mornings, and I always schedule it in advance so that you know when it's happening. Oh, Leslie, yeah, it's such an honor to do that reading for you. Thank you for commenting. Doody Bird, she's a delusional woman living in a delusional world. Let's see what the cards have to say about that. Oh, cycles. What goes around comes around. Moon can also be lunacy, lunatic. So yeah, Doody Bird, you've hit the nail on the head. Lunatic, delusional. Movement. She's always trying to orchestrate something to happen. But look how dark and gloomy the card is. So there was definitely a strategy behind her either having this lunch or pretending to have this lunch. Yeah. Attention. Min Wade says, attention, attention, attention. That's all she wants. Let's see what the cards say. Oh, yep. She's crazy. Under the moon again. The black cat. Yep. And she doesn't like it when she doesn't get the full sunlight on her. So, Min, yep. You're absolutely right. Attention. Attention. Mary Jean, Meghan needs to be worried about P. Diddy. Oh, I'll do a separate reading on P. Diddy. We don't want to have Diddy's energy in this. We just want to have some fun. Oath. Who took an oath of secrecy? So that might be the Diddy thing. Might be to deflect from the Diddy thing. Also, I'm getting from this is there's much more to come out about her staff members and what had happened there. And I got a lot of people asking me, well, how come that the staff members are now suddenly talking to the media, even if it's just confidentially? What about their NDAs? And the NDAs don't stop people from talking about anything that is illegal. So anything that's illegal that happened, so if there was unacceptable harassment or workplace bullying or any of that, an NDA can't stop you from talking about that. The NDA can stop you from talking about, the household schedule and what exactly your duties were and all of that kind of thing. But you can't use the NDA to stop people from talking about anything that's illegal. So I wonder if she was wanting to strengthen her NDA with that surrogacy boss. I don't know. But in England, there was not much talk from people who had been her staff. And the reason for that is if you work for the royal family in Britain, you're under the Official Secrets Act. And so that's way more scary than an NDA. Under the Official Secrets Act, you could go to prison if you break that thing. So that's a very, very understandable reason why her staff in the UK would not speak openly. And I think that might be one of the reasons why the bullying report never came out, because it could reveal details of the royal family's life and safety and security and that kind of thing. But also, they don't need to release it because now it's all coming out from the US side. Okay. Yes. Why do we think that she met with that lady for lunch? Meghan has a focus, and her sole aim and focus is attention. And I think that was right what you said. That was right what you said about Meghan just wanting attention. Also, isn't it interesting that she has lunch with the surrogacy person and she leaks that, and that happens when Harry is off on his own on his solo tour of Lesotho. She knows that tour is important to him. I don't know if it is a tour anymore because he's not really a royal, but that's something that really ties him back to the royal family, and that's something that he gets a lot of kudos for. But she can't let him have his moment in the sun. She can't let him have his moment in the sun. She's got to She's got to try and steal the limelight. Woof. Meghan tires me. How about anybody else? Yep, she does. She does. She'll be her own doing. People are starting to feel trapped. They're starting to feel tired. They're starting to feel exhausted. They're sick of all the lies. They're sick of all the shenanigans. And you know, if Meghan did use a surrogate, if she had just been open about it from the beginning, she would have got a lot of support. Oh my word. This is where Meghan is at the moment. She wanted to be the royal princess, but instead of becoming the royal princess, she's the only person in history who turned a prince into a frog. And he used to have a real royal title, but now look at this tiny little crown that's there between them. And look at this messages flying backwards and forwards. I wonder if this is her talking to, having that surrogate lunch meeting in the news. I wonder if this is her way of sending a signal to Harry that his children's place in the line of succession is at risk, and she has the power to get them removed from the line of succession if she sends the information to the right people or the wrong people. But then Harry, why would he care? He said that being the spare brought him nothing but agony and pain. So why would he care if his kids are in the line of succession? What do you think? Do you think Harry is still clinging on to the title? We know Meghan is. But then, you know, what is Harry without the title? What do you think? What do you think? Oh, yes, Billy Gaff saying, we were told that changes were being made. We had an answer that proved that Meg was bullying. Of course, and if the investigation showed that she hadn't been doing any bullying, that would be an easy report to release, wouldn't it? There would be no harm or no reason not to release the report that said, oh, yes, Meghan's as sweet as pie and she treated everybody nicely. The fact that they had to keep it private means that there was something that they didn't want to release. And it could also be, the reason they didn't release it could also be for the privacy of the people who were bullied. Maybe they don't want to be seen as difficult or whatever it is. So, fragment. Oof. I wonder if Meghan's health is, mental health is not good. She's delusional, this woman. She really is delusional. She thought her and Harry could take over and be the king and queen. I get that so often. Somehow she thought she was going to be equal to or greater than Princess Catherine in that family. Completely fragmented and delusional. So, yeah. Lunch with a surrogacy. Pamela, lunch with a surrogacy person was a shot across the bow to Harry as a reminder that he has a lot to lose. I agree, Pamela. I agree. Cards, what do you think about Harry, about Pamela's comment? Lunch with a surrogacy person was a shot across the bow. Oh, yep. Harry, right now, she's saying, right now, Harry, things are quite rosy. But I can tell you what, I can take that away from you in a nanosecond. Oh, yes, you're right, Pamela. You're right. This is the lunatic over here, the moon, and she's saying to Harry, I can jump off this cliff. I can tell this secret. I can reveal your secrets to the world. You're taking a big risk. You better do what I say. Don't be messing around with any other woman. Don't be doing anything or saying anything that goes against what I want, because you have got a lot more to lose than I do. Oh, so you're right there, Pamela. Sandra. Oh, Sandra, how are you? How are you? How's Jack? I hope things are going well in your world. And Vanessa, and I forget your husband's name. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Yes, Sandra, you're right. It was to get attention because she didn't want Harry to have any attention, and that was exactly the card that I got before. Oh, where is it? This one here. As soon as Harry gets a little bit of attention, here she comes in trying to grab the attention for herself. So you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Oh dear. Oh dear. Is this what Harry is enjoying in England? I mean, in South Africa? In Africa? I've done other readings that he's been with a blonde, and look at that. This man has got tattoos. Didn't Harry just recently go to the tattoo parlor? Whoo! What do we think of that card? Wow. Yes. Wow. Yeah, Pamela, he was getting more attention and he didn't stick up for her when the Hollywood article came out. Yeah, and then the Beast article. That's true. That's true. Yeah, Leslie, I don't know. You're saying that the pep lunch was a stupid move and it brings her down. But yeah, she never behaves in a logical way. She doesn't think like you or I think. Yes, he's always going to be a prince and she's going to lose eventually. Pamela, I think she's bipolar. Interesting. Could be. Could be. Munchie! Doodoo-bird, I bet she has videos and recordings. Yeah. I thought about that the other day. I was looking back at some old videos and I was looking back at the Amber Heard stuff and how they each had recordings. I'm pretty sure that she has recorded Harry in his worst states. And that could be what she was threatening him with. That could be. But I'm getting here from this card that he doesn't care anymore. He doesn't care anymore. Things with her are so barren. He doesn't care anymore. Minwade, allegedly, in my opinion, I think Harry doesn't care after such awful treatment. You're on the same wavelength as me, Min. It's very intuitive. I read this card and I read that energy and then I read your statement. I agree. He's sick of it. If we're sick of her, can you imagine being with her all the time and for so long she's controlled him and she hasn't let him go out on his own? Even, Invictus, that's supposed to be his thing. That's stupid thing in Dusseldorf where she was marching in front of the crowds and she was giving speeches about milkshakes and all that. She's kept a very close hold on him, but now he's been fed up. He's had enough, I'm getting. And after this little while where he's gone away from her and he's had some freedom from her, I don't think he's going back. I really don't think he's going back. He's done. He's absolutely done. Yes, thanks, Doodoo Bird. May need to remove trolls. That's right. And I don't tend to delete comments or, people who disagree with me. That's fine. But when people are attacking other people in the comments or clearly just being disruptive, then that's another thing. You can put people in timeout, which is a great thing. Doodoo Bird, she wanted William. Yes, she wanted William. You're absolutely right. We all saw those doe eyes. Come on, cards, tell us. Tell us about Meghan wanting William. Tell us. Oh, congratulations. It's very formal, so Meghan, from this I'm getting that William was very proper with Meghan, and she thought that she could seduce him. But all that she gets from him are these official communications, and all she got from him when she was in the royal family was this very formal kind of communication. And she was saying, oh, I'm a big hugger. Well, yeah, I wouldn't want her hugging my husband. Oh, Meghan, grumpy red fairy, be your true self. Yes, that was her checking him out with those doe eyes. Tell us more about her wanting William. Yep, she orchestrated it all. She pretended to be something that she wasn't. But it says here, what goes around comes around. Yeah, and I think that's probably one of the many reasons her marriage is failing, because Harry wasn't the one she wanted. Carnivorous greenhouse. A tempting offer has been made at a high price. So the offer was getting married to Harry, and the high price was he wasn't the brother that she wanted. And she was just consumed with jealousy. So yes, very, very astute observation there. She wanted William. Hello, everybody in the chat. Yeah, out of control. Buying of clothes is crazy. And the way she treated him on the last tour. Yes, exactly. And remember on that last tour, I did a reading about Harry when he had his hand around the back of the chair of that translator. And that's one of my most popular readings, actually. And I don't think there was anything going on with the translator, but I think he was just enjoying being able to be himself and be relaxed. Yeah, she's I think she's pushed him too far. She's pushed him too far. Ooh, Min Wade. Clawlina may be avoiding being served with papers. That's a very astute observation. Very astute observation. So it might not be to do with so much the word, but this might be the legal papers. And the congratulations might be Harry finally sending divorce papers or settlement papers or something. Or it might be, congratulations, your own bad behavior has come back to bite you in the arse. Maybe some of her former employees are suing her. Could be. And she's hiding now, so she's laying low. She's laying low. Yeah. Anybody who's here who hasn't seen Sky's live this morning, go and have a look. Go and have a look. Somebody put Sky's channel link or name in the chat so that people who didn't see that this morning can go and have a look at that. I'll put it in the description afterwards. Ooh, Mean Mary Jean. I think Prince William went to the Queen and that got her thrown out. Ooh. Which cards can I use to read on this? Yes. Wow. So you think she actually made a pass at him and he went and told the Queen and that got her thrown out. Where are my animal cards? All right. Well, we'll use these cards in the meantime. Where are my other animal cards? Mean Mary Jean. He told the Queen, and the Queen. Oh, let's see. I've got another deck of cards that want to read on this, but I don't know where they are, so we'll use this one. Ooh, yeah, Grove. This could be Highgrove. It could be one of the royal retreats. I can see William going to his grandmother with a problem. What else? Obedience. This could be the Queen saying to Meghan, you will obey me on this. You did not follow the rules about walking behind senior royals. You didn't follow the rules about courtesying. You didn't follow the rules about what you wore. You didn't follow the rules about not doing press releases when somebody else was having a royal moment. But this, I'm going to put my foot down. You leave, or the titles are gone. Ooh, that is a real possibility. How exciting. Oof. So I wonder if that's coming back to the that apology that Harry wanted. Oh, yep, Meghan wanted to do it her own way, that's for sure. And this card is denial. The Queen wouldn't let them have the fruits that they wanted. They wanted to misuse the royal titles, and the Queen wouldn't let them. Very interesting. Very interesting. I've never thought of that. Never thought of that. Yep. Pamela, she's quite right. Pamela says, Meghan thinks she's above Harry. Well, she thought she was above the Queen. Did you remember that one, the one and only outing? I think she went with the Queen solo, and then she walked in front of the Queen, and the aide was pulling her back and saying, no, stand back. And she still walks in front of the Queen. Really. Yep. So for anybody who missed it, this card might indicate divorce papers. Very well could indicate divorce papers. Everybody go and listen. If you didn't watch Sky's live this morning, go back and listen to it. Yeah, people are saying the lady wasn't the translator. She was the arts director. Yeah, but she was also translating for him. So, yeah, she was, you're quite right, Min. Thanks for correcting me. She was the arts director and she was translating for him. But look, that he enjoyed her company so much because she was really just listening to him. See? Listening. She really just listened to him. And how sad is it that somebody who just listens to you and has a nice conversation with you makes you feel more like a human being. Yeah, I think, Doodoo Bird, I think it was not on her daily channel was on the other channel, I think. Harry's best friend is his bodyguard. I think this guy told Harry, your wife's crazy, and Harry's family finally got the message. Rena. Yeah, that bodyguard has been with Harry since before he left the royal family, and I wouldn't be surprised if the king is paying that bodyguard just to keep an eye on Harry and make sure he's not self-harming. So the bodyguard, you think the bodyguard said the wife is crazy? It's a card of loyalty. Maybe when he realized his wife wasn't loyal, that's when his eyes wandered to the blonde and the lust. Don't know. Let's get some Harry cards on the table. These are the ones that I usually use for Harry. Harry. Did the bodyguard say something to you? Did the bodyguard say something to you, Harry? Did the bodyguard say something to you? The gift of sacred light. Harry used to see Meghan as all that in a bag of chips, as Shanta from Mystical Fortune says. But now he's looking at her with new eyes and he sees these devil horns. Interesting. Yeah. Look at that. Now you are independent and free. So this is a card where she's not grabbing onto him. And yeah, I think when he's with her, he's in her shadow. But now he's stepped forward and he's having some independence and it's making him feel free. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Very interesting. Oh, was it on the Diana Daily? I thought it was on her other channel. Anyway. Oh, thanks for posting the link, Doodoo Bird. Night Wolf. Yeah, it's not the Di channel, it's the other channel. Thanks, Doodoo Bird, for posting the link, and I will post it in the description after. Mean Mary Jean. Meghan was kicked out of the castle quarters before they sent to move to the cottage. Yeah, there was a bit of moving going around, eh? And you know what? When they complained about that, remind me, what's that place called where they had the lease and then they got kicked out of, or Charles cancelled the lease, the one that they said was too small. That residence, Prince William, Princess Catherine, and little Prince George lived in. But it wasn't big enough for Meghan and Harry without kids. Forget what it was called. Yeah, she's not loyal and she's not royal. Not classy, only clueless. Yeah, understanding. Meghan just wants people to understand her and her truth and her reality and see her as this great shining beacon. Yeah, Leslie, you think that the bodyguard is paid from the royal family and reports back to them? I do. I think so. I think so. And I think it's to protect him. Yeah. Invisible. Ooh. Is this the invisible kids? No. This is Meghan is currently being invisible because we're not seeing her, but we're hearing so much about her. Is anybody else sick about hearing about her? Yes, Stranger Than Fiction. Yes, that's the channel. Alrighty. Frogmore Cottage. Yes, Frogmore Cottage. Yeah, Frogmore Cottage is the one I was thinking of. They were first, Leslie, they were first in Nottingham Cottage, which was the small one, and I think that's the one where Oprah saw them, but they made it sound in their documentary that Oprah had visited them in Frogmore, which is like it's got several different rooms, and apparently it's quite big. Okay. Yeah, she thought she was moving into Frogmore House because she's delusional. She's delulu. She sees herself in this completely different light from what everybody else sees. And this is Meghan leading Harry around by the bit. She's had him under such tight control for all this time, and I think that message, that story about her having lunch with the surrogacy lady was a message to Harry to say, I am still in charge, I am still in control. What do you all think? Oh, ghost of Christmas past. Oh, ghost of the past. The past returns for a time. So she's saying to him, listen, I will take the mask off. I will reveal people what went on behind the scenes. Ooh, and look at that. Oh, that lady. Doesn't she look all bruised? Oh, I wonder if Meghan's going to pull an Amber Heard and show photos of her supposedly, allegedly bruised face and say bad things about Harry. Oh, no. I wouldn't put it past her. What do you guys think? Do you think she ever would? Do you think she ever would? Oof. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yep. I think he's enjoying the freedom. Yep. This is how she sometimes used to grip him, with 2 hands. Oh, no. Yep, Meghan is always going to be jealous of the attention that Harry gets, because Meghan is not the royal. Meghan is never going to be the royal. Yeah, she's going to pretend to be this lonely little girl, and how mean he was to me, and things that happened behind closed doors, under the shadows of darkness. Oh, no. Harry, what did you do, my boy? What did you do? Oh, no. Am I imagining it, or is that something anybody else can think might happen too? Let me just get a minute, because that was pretty wicked energy, this one. Yep, yes. Yeah, Doodoo-bird, I've heard rumours that he's got a history of abusing women, but I've never actually seen any credible sources of reporting that. So, you know, sometimes I believe it, and then sometimes I don't. He's certainly an arrogant little shit, really. I mean, think of what he did to that woman who he lost his virginity to, outing her in that book without even bothering to let her know that it was coming, and outing her in such a way that her friends and family would obviously know who it was. But yep, so there's that kind of level of disregard for people, but I don't like to think that he has abused women. I don't like to think that. But my thing is more that she's gonna claim that. She is so jealous. Look how jealous she is of Harry. Even the background is jealous. She wants to be front and center. She wants to be front and center. Oh, and look at this. Look at all these eyes. She's spying on him. She is spying on him like crazy. Yep. She's telling him, Leslie, she's telling him to get home, and definitely the bruises will be shown in the divorce court. Yep, look at that bruises, and look at this one. Bruises, sad, crying, mascara flowing down. She's got people who've got an eye on him. Oof. I wonder if it's going to be like Amber Heard, where she just really does not want to let him go, and if it means drawing out a custody battle for 20 years in the courts, she's going to do it. Mean Mary Jean. Bye, Leslie. Mean Mary Jean. I wish Meghan would get back under the rock she came from. Oh, the Lantern Fairy. A clear solution. A clear solution. Now, in a traditional tarot, the hermit that carries that kind of a light is is a card for Harry, and she's giving him a clear solution. If you don't want me to spill the beans, come home, because you know, see her wings? I am the angel, and everybody's going to see me as the angel, and nobody's going to believe you, because I let you put in that book spare that you were a drug addict. They're going to just think that you're drug addled, and they're not going to believe anything you say. Who thinks she wrote that book? Who thinks she wrote that book? Rena, I can see that happening after a facelift. Your face is black and blue for at least a week, and would not surprise me if she took pictures, and what better time to use them? Oh, that's very insightful, Rena. That's very insightful. Christine. Knock. Pamela, I wonder if she's going to call her squaddies to perform that physical in order to get reported to police. The law has to be involved for it to pass public scrutiny. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the law has to be involved for it to pass public scrutiny. Amber Heard got the law involved at certain times, and that didn't pass the sniff test, because when they got the law involved, it was clear that she was putting it on. But what you're suggesting is maybe she'll get somebody to do her harm and then call the cops. But she can't call the cops on Harry now because he's in Africa. So maybe that's ruining her plan. As Rena said, maybe her plan was to get photographs after her facelift, because a previous reading I did said that she's possibly having a facelift, and that's why we're not seeing her. So maybe her plan was to have the facelift at a time when Harry was known to be in the US, and then take the photos at that time, and then she could tie the two together. But he decided to go and have this trip to Africa, so now the timing's not going to work out. Unless she's going to take the photos now and then release them later, but I don't think she's smart enough to get the metadata to match up. Munch, needs to be clinically evaluated. Oh, release your power. Release your power. Yep, she thinks she's got all the power. And maybe she has. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. She needs to be evaluated. Evaluated and then medicated. Look at that. Is that the medication she needs to take? Ah, Christine, Andrew and Fergie 2.0. So I think, Christine, what you're saying is they're going to maybe get a divorce and then he's going to move her back in with him later on down the track. A lot of people have suggested that as a possibility. Let's ask the cards. Oh, Meghan, down to earth, the mother figure. Come on, tell us, cards. Are they going to have a fake divorce or a divorce and then still live together? Oh, and this is Harry. So here we've got Meghan, and this is Harry. Jazz Hands Harry, how he was playing with those kids at the Well Child Award. So we've got the right energy on the table. We've got the right energy on the table. He's got choices. He's got choices. And he's looking back to when he was mainly a good person. Yeah, he did some weird things and he wore the Nazi uniform and all of that, but he was really well loved. And with Meghan around, he's given in to his very dark impulses. So he's definitely nostalgic for the past that he gave up, and certainly for the reputation that he had. And I think the palace covered up a lot of things that he did that we never ever got to know. Deb thinks that Meghan was involved in writing the book. I don't even think that Harry wrote any of it. I don't think he even read it. I mean, honestly, what man would even think about, let alone write about, and then read it out? Oh, he must have known what was in it because he read it. He read it when he did it on audio, that audio book. Reading about, thinking about your mother and her cream and how the smell makes you think of her, and you're putting it on your wiener? I mean, ugh. It's beyond belief. It's beyond belief. Honesty. Meghan told him that if he's honest, he can rid himself of past demons. He can clear the air. If he's totally honest, he can let everybody know who he truly is underneath. And it won't be manipulated by the palace because he can choose what to say. But he needs to tell all of it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And she is going to for sure hold that book against him when a divorce happens. For sure. Mean Mary Jean, Meghan is waiting for the cash to clear the bank account before she wipes his money grab. Yeah, maybe it is a money grab. Let's see. Is it a money grab? Meghan is wishing for that money to clear so that she doesn't have to pretend to be in this fake relationship anymore. Let's see what else. Oh, she's going to pretend to be heartbroken. So heartbroken. Maybe she's got somebody following Harry and taking photos of his indiscretions, and she's going to tell the world how she was such a good wife, and how she loved him, and how he tore out her heart, and she just couldn't keep going because he's, he's into drugs. Something I didn't know when I met him. Yep, she's wishy-washy, princess of the high priestess of water. She can change the tide at any time. She can change the story. She thinks because she's an actress that people will believe her. Unfortunately for her, she is not fooling us. She really is not fooling us. I'm just looking for some other cards. Let's see. Meghan needs a lobotomy. Wow! Don't hold that. Don't hold back. Jazz hands. Yep, jazz hands. Pamela, I thought I read somewhere that she was committed sometime after gluing the eyelash prank after Argentina and Spain. Yeah, did you all hear about that when she super glued somebody's eyelashes? That was just... Oh. Okay, so I'm using my smaller deck. I can't find my big proper deck. What's happened with some of my decks is I buy I've been gifted the smaller ones, which are actually not the original. So basically like fake decks. And I sometimes use them if I need to. But then I always, if I'm gifted one that's not the original from the original creator, I go and buy the original creator's work as well, so that the original creator doesn't lose a sale. So for this one, I'm going to use the little deck because I can't find the big cards. But don't worry, I have bought from the original creator. I have actually bought the proper original cards. Oh, honeybee. She's feeling swarmed at the moment. We're talking about being committed. And yeah. If she hasn't been, maybe she needed to be. I mean, who in their right mind would super glue people's eyes together? Doria is the middleman for the communication, and don't look this way, don't look that way. Yeah, I don't know. Meghan to me is such a control freak. I don't think she would involve her mother too much. Yeah, I think Meghan wants to be worshipped, and I'm not sure that Doria would always toe the line. Put it that way. I don't know. I think yeah. Jennifer. The movie Psycho and the Oedipus complex. Yes, his book is definitely it's a mixture of Psycho and the Oedipus complex. Oh, and there he is with his big long rhino horn, and telling the truth about his big long rhino horn has got him burning in hell. Jeez, what he's done to his mother's memory is disgusting. Isabella, hello. Meghan is a different type of narcissist than Amber Heard. People often forget that. Meghan is much more obsessed with her facade, being a demure, wonderful saint. Is she? I'm not sure that I agree with that. I'll do a read on. I've clipped a little bit of something that Lady C once said, where she was talking about Meghan often plants bad stories about herself in the press, so that she can make Harry think that the press, that the leaks are coming from the palace, but she also plants bad stories, so then she can come out with a good story. So it was Lady C was saying that she thinks Meghan planted the Hollywood Reporter story so that she could rebuff it and come out looking good, but she didn't realize that when she sowed the seeds with the Hollywood Reporter that they were going to do some proper investigating, and they actually investigated, and instead of just telling the little truth bombs that Meghan had, you know, the bad things about her that wouldn't make her look so bad, they actually investigated, and then I found a whole heap of bad things against her. So I don't know. I don't think Meghan is obsessed with looking like demure and a wonderful saint. I don't think she is demure at all. I mean, look at those slips she wore up to her thighs in Nigeria. And remember at that boys' school, she went there with no bra on and a completely backless dress. I don't think so. I don't think. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I've misunderstood you, Isabella, let me know. Let me know. You think the money is held and doled out in tiny trickles? Could be, Pamela. Could be. Isabella K. She would never do the things that Amber did. Yeah, to an extent. I don't think she would go as far as Amber did. But look here, very strong woman with a showing the two fingers and the rude gesture. She probably wouldn't go as far as Amber did. And I think Amber over-egged the pudding. She created a scenario about being so brutally abused that if it had happened, she would have needed hospitalization. And so it was so obviously untrue. So maybe Meghan wouldn't go that far. But I wouldn't be surprised if Meghan comes out with with photographs and photographs and audio recordings. I'm thinking of, remember when Johnny was slamming those cupboards, something like that. When Harry has a bit of a bad moment, I wouldn't be surprised if Meghan was keeping that kind of stuff that doesn't actually show abuse, but would show him in a bad light, and which she might paint as abuse. The horse has bolted. The horse has bolted. I wonder if this is Harry. This is Harry making his great escape from Meghan. And so we were asking the cards, why did she have lunch, or let it be known she had lunch with the surrogate lady? Because she wants Harry to see things from a different perspective. She wants Harry, who's made a bolt for his freedom, she wants him to understand that she holds a lot of secrets that she can let out. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. There's years of evidence of her pattern of behavior and facade management. You're talking about Amber Heard. I think there's years of evidence of Meghan's patterns of behavior. Just look at how she's treated the staff. It happened before she joined the royal family. There was some, I think it was a florist or somebody that she'd worked with who didn't want to work with her. She did a modeling gig where apparently she was so rude to everybody on set, and she was so demanding that they wouldn't work with her again. And she took the clothes home, and then there was the things within the royal family that kept secret because of the Official Secrets Act. Then it's how she's treated her staff now. There's stories about her mistreating the gardener. There's stories about her mistreating the florist. But in the media, she tries to keep it very very clean and facade managed. And so, yeah, I welcome you, Isabella, and I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you tell me your side of things, and I'm glad that you're able to let me know freely that you disagree. But I hope you're right. I hope she doesn't do to Harry what Amber Heard put Johnny Depp through. I hope you're right. Yeah, snow leopard is a predator. I get a very predatory vibe from Meghan. Also, the history with Meghan is she used her dad to get into acting, and then he was no longer useful to her. Then she used Trevor, who was something in Hollywood. He got her the gig on Suits, and then when she no longer had a use for him, she sent him back the rings in the post. And then there's a lot of documented history about how she was then looking for a rich British man to marry, and then she used Harry to social climb and took him away from the royal family. So I think there is a history of her pattern of behavior. Might not be the same type of behavior as Amber Heard, but I certainly think there's a history. But I might be wrong. Let me see. I just need a minute to gather my energy. Yes, Leslie Richards, that's right. When she was on that set with the modeling gig, she stole the shoes. And my grandfather used to say to me, if you're dishonest in one area of your life, you're probably dishonest in other areas. So people who, you get too much change at the grocery store and you don't go back and give it to the person, and the person who's manning the till is now going to have to pay that extra $10 out of their pocket. If you're not honest enough to go back, that tells you something about your character. And so the stealing the shoes was not a big thing, but it tells you something about her character. And this to me is Meghan's reputation, that she likes to believe that's what we see, and carefully crafted, carefully guarded. But unfortunately, it's all ice. It's all ice. We're seeing behind the facade. Okay, let me have a... People in the things are falling over in the chats. Hi, Monster Hat. Welcome. Lovely to have you here. Cindy Bunch saying, yes, they were both abusive, Johnny and Amber. Yeah, but abusive in different ways. And I mean, making up vile sexual abuse allegations of that nature it's takes it to another level. But I agree. Certainly their relationship was nothing like normal people would have. Monster Hat, welcome, welcome. If you haven't subscribed, remember to subscribe. Yep, she had no respect for customs of other countries. That's right. Isabella K. You're talking about Meghan. Oh, okay. I must have. Sorry, if I got the wrong end of the stick with you, Meghan, Isabella. I'm sorry. I'll just take a minute to read some in the chat. Isabella, I'm talking about her PR game. I hope you're right. She won't do to Harry what Amber Heard did. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. But the energy that I get from Meghan is that she has to be seen to be right. And she's going to fight tooth and nail to make Harry look bad. That's what I'm getting. I hope you're right and I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. She never made it in Hollywood. No, that's right. She never made it in Hollywood. And people often talk about her as though she's a Hollywood actress. Doody Bird, you're quite right. Okay, Isabella, I'm sorry if I've misunderstood your comments. It's interesting dialogue anyway. Love you, and I'm glad you're here. Okay, Dilly, don't go causing trouble with other people in the chats, okay? I'll put you in timeout. If you and Monster have a beef on another channel, don't bring it to this channel. This channel is for good energy. And I know, Dilly, you've supported me for a long time, but don't be baiting people in the chats, okay? That's the end of that. I'll put you both in timeout. Right, Dilly and Monster, don't talk to each other. Cindy Bunch, they're both crappy actors. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So let's see if this deck has anything to say about the lunch with the surrogate boss, because that was the title of why we came here. Meghan wants to turn her fortunes around. Look at that. She's seeing that things are not going well for her. She's seeing she's getting all these bullying allegations. That's going to kill her any chance she had of an acting career. Not that I think there was much chance anyway. In her mind, she thought there was a chance. That's really, really going to kill off any collaborations she might have. And so she's done this meeting because she wants to bring life back. She wants to get some more prosperity back. She wants things to go better in her life. The problem with Meghan is that when she was less well known, she could get away with lying and cheating and stealing and treating people like rubbish because nobody really knew about it. But now, because she is so well known, she can't get away with that behavior anymore. So she doesn't realize that it's not something external that's bringing her the trouble. It's not those trouble-causing employees that is causing her reputation to fail. It's how she treated them. It's what's on the inside of her. So I think that's yeah, she's not going to get the joy she's not going to get the joy. She's not going to get the joy that she's hoping for. All right, thank you, Monster. Thanks for clarifying that. You guys are friends. That's good. Sorry, it came across as very negative, vibey energy. You know, nice to send love to each other in the chat, but just don't be crabby with each other because other people watching don't know what the personal thing is going on. Isabella K. Exactly. Now she's too infamous. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And I agree with you, Isabella. Without Harry, nobody cares about her at all. Nobody cares about her at all. And there she is, the jackal, trying to control the narrative. You're absolutely right, Isabella K. Your intuition is spot on. There's the jackal, and there's the two phantom children, and on the top of the stick there, that looks like a skull. Scary. She's going to use whatever happened with those kids. She's going to use that to try and control the narrative even further. Yes, and without Harry, she's nothing. Well, she doesn't get the... Yeah, she is nothing. Nobody cares about her at all. And Fruit Blat, this is my batshit crazy card. She's lost all perspective, if she ever had any. She's lost all perspective. She's lost all perspective. She's lost all perspective. So what do you guys think? Why did she have that lunch? Or why did she make it known? I don't know if she even did actually have a lunch with a surrogate person. That's the swans represent the royal family, and she's feeding the royal family nonsense. It's just bubbles of air. And look, she's got her blindfold on. She doesn't care about the consequences, is what I'm getting here. She's too, I don't want to say stupid. She's too ignorant to know that without her royal connection, Harry, she's nothing. But I wonder what she's feeding him. What is she poisoning him with? I'm sure she poisoned his mind with stories about his family. And I wonder what really went on with a fight over in the cottage, and Harry fell over and broke the metal dog bowl. Yeah, I wonder what really went on. Jaguar. Meghan stirred up trouble. She caused trouble, and she didn't care who she had to step over to get to what she wanted. And she was concerned because she knew that Prince William saw right through her. Whew. Look at the position of that lady's legs. I'm not one to insinuate that about other people. But other people have noticed that Meghan may use her feminine wiles, let's call them, to try and get what she wants. I'll just leave that there. That's a bit of gross energy. Okay. Meghan is the biggest and worst control freak you have ever seen, Isabella Kay. Yeah, and that is so true, because she's always got that claw on Harry. And all the time they've been married, she has never allowed him to go off on his own for this length of time. He's managed to go back to the UK and see his dad for a minute or 5 minutes, and then he had to fly back the next day, and there she is. Oh, I love these cards. I love these cards. Look what it says. I want to be queen. I want to be queen. Declaring freedom. That was her on the freedom flight. And look how she's holding her ginger pet. Look how she's holding her ginger pet. Both hands. Got this one's nearly on his neck. Yep. She wanted to be queen. She is actually certifiable, this woman. In my opinion, according to the cards, she is crazy. Absolutely crazy. She literally wanted to be queen. How could she not have realized that that was never an option? Although there was that time when she said something about we're only one plane crash away from the throne. Allegedly, apparently, that's what she said. Maybe that's what she was wanting, hoping for. I don't know. All must have prizes. So she's very sad in this card. Harry's the albatross around her neck. Oh no, he's becoming a burden for her. He's not bringing the as much sparkle to her life as she thought he would. He's not bringing the crown. He's not bringing the yeah, she's not high up enough in the pecking order of the royal family that she wanted to be. So, and yeah, let me see. Harry took off. This is Pamela Morrow. Harry took off as I think Meghan considered that being a widow was a potential idea. Ooh, Pamela. Let's see what the cards have to say about that. Allegedly. Look at that. If she were sad and the flowers at a funeral, everybody would love her and the attention would be on her. And yes, she would. Ooh. Fairy of the Highlands, it's time to be brave. Yes, I can see that. Of course, Pamela, you and I are just speculating and telling stories and not saying anything for truth or fact. And we're just speculating as to what comes out in the cards. but doesn't that look like a royal widow holding on to the sword? A royal widow, a military widow? That's scary. That's scary. I don't think she'd have the guts to do anything like that, but that's scary. That is scary. Sandra Mooney, I'm not sure. Do you think she leaked the lunch meeting to Crazy Days and Nights? Sandra Mooney, hi, how are you? Again, hi. I don't think that would have come out. I mean, that's such a specific thing. But let's ask the cards. Voodoo in blue. Back off. Back off. Look, there she is. She's feeling blue. And I think this is Harry, the little voodoo doll. And there was a clear message to Harry. And how is she going to get the message out? People are calling her out for using People Magazine and Us Weekly. So she had to maybe try a different avenue. So that card there is telling me, yes, Sandra Mooney, very good chance she leaked it. Because she's got the scheme behind the scenes. And look at the clockwork happening here. And for me, this is like Meghan, and that's like the belly that should have been full of promise and pregnancy and a new baby growing, but it was full of scheming. So yes, I'm getting that's an absolute definite possibility. Okay, I'm going to close up in about 10 minutes because this has gone on a bit longer than I expected, and my disabled son needs some help. So, but we'll answer a few more questions. Let's see. Bonkers. You're right, Mary Jean. Yeah, the whole thing is bonkers. Yes, Christine Gilbert. Not a dish left in Montefiore show. She does have a dodo bird for company. Yep. Yeah, Mean Mary Jean, you're right. Mean Mary Jean says that if you are a royal widow, then the title can never be taken away from you. That is certainly a chilling thought. A chilling thought. Let's ask the cards about that. The chilling thought. The sewer mermaid. So I think that idea is not lost on her. Yes, that's what I'm getting. Yes, she's a coward, Isabella Kay. Yeah, she's a coward, and I think that's why she couldn't handle being around William and Catherine, because they don't bully easily. They call out bullshit, and they wouldn't tolerate it. Meghan's self-worth was in the toilet when she was around them, because they could see her for what she was. Messages. There's some messages happening in the dark. Is this a message from the lunch she had with that surrogate lady? Yeah, most people with a brain didn't fall for her nonsense. Haven't seen the pics. Which pics? Lost the thread of the story there. Dodo bird, doo-doo bird. Very funny, very funny. Auntie said the other day that People Magazine refused her, so she went to Us Weekly. Oh, I missed that, Isabella Kay. I don't really follow Auntie that much. I find that much of what he says doesn't ever come true, and it's all really gossip. So I don't put much store in what he says all the time. But every now and then he's got a nugget of truth. So let's just see. Read about Enty. How is Enty involved, if at all? Oh, it's complicated. It's complicated. And how would he know that Us Weekly and People? Well, how would he know that People Magazine are refusing to print her rubbish? Somebody must have told him. Chaos. Meghan causes chaos wherever she goes. Yeah. Rena. One plane a crash away. The only source for the lunch is Enty, Isabella Kay, just saying. Yeah, and I agree. You have to take everything that Enty says with a massive dose of salt. But what we're doing here, reading and saying, if it is true. And if it was not true, I believe Meghan would have put out a counter piece. Love. She would have told the whole world. She would have told People Magazine and Us Weekly how much in love she is with her husband. And she was busy at home looking after the children, and she wasn't even in town on that day. I think she would have put yeah, Munchie, sometimes he is reliable, sometimes he's not. I don't know. The thing for me is we tend to go, yeah, he was right about that, he was right about that, and then we forget about all the things that he was not right about. So yeah, difficult. Was she trying to get a surrogate husband? Min Wade, was she trying to get a surrogate husband? Yeah, because her husband's gone now. Oh, high priestess of the air, and it's upside down, so she's losing control of the airwaves. She's losing control of the narrative. Psycho cat lady, hi from Mackay. How are you? We're just finishing up, honey. Anybody who's new here today, I do free live readings for my viewers on Saturday mornings, usually 6:30 Brisbane, Queensland, Australia time. I've got the next one scheduled, so that'll give you the time in your own country. Yeah, NT is the lawyer. NT lawyer, and he does the crazy days and nights and the blind items. Yeah, he's an entertainment lawyer. That's why he's NT lawyer. Yeah, I don't know, Jennifer, I don't know if he's got a channel, but I know he's on Twitter. He does a lot of tweets. He does those blind items. Crazy Days and Nights, I think, is what it is. Yeah, NT sometimes goes on Meghan's Mole or Paula M. Alrighty. Any last questions you have for the cards? I think her next stunt is pregnant with twins, so she can out-do Catherine. Oh, thanks, Jennifer, for subscribing. That's great. And I've got a new membership now. If anybody wants to join the membership, it's just $2.99 a month. Oh, yeah, come to the live readings. Thanks, Michelle C. I really enjoyed doing your reading for you today. And, yeah, it was a really privilege and an honor to do that reading for you. Thank you for trusting me with that question. Yeah, Mary Jean, I don't know if her next stunt is pregnancy or if it's miscarriage. Because pregnancy is... Oh, well, maybe it'll be pregnant with twins and then miscarriage. Let's ask the cards. Fledgling is a baby bird. So, baby bird growing inside there. Could be. Oof, you're onto something. Let's see. Pregnant with twins. Mean Mary Jean. You could be onto something. Oh, or it could be cancer. She announces a fake cancer. This is my card of when Catherine was in the garden making her announcement of her cancer. And this is Meghan cosplaying Catherine when Catherine made that announcement. Set your course. Have a plan. The right direction. Ooh, look at those mean eyes. Those mean girl eyes. She wants to hang on to Harry, but if she can't hang on to him, I'm sure she's got a whole lot of other plans up her sleeve. Choices. Feeling blocked or restrained. Ooh. Maybe the choices are going to be taken from her. Restrained? Handcuffs, maybe. What do you think? Handcuffs. Ooh. Oh, dear. Yes, me, Mary Jean. I am in Australia. I'm in Brisbane, Queensland. I originally from South Africa, then spent a decade in New Zealand, so I've got my Kiwi citizenship, and now I've been in Australia for more than a decade, and I am a citizen. I just got to go and let my lovely dog Honey into the office because she's crying at my door and driving me mad. I'll be back. Talk amongst yourselves. Honey. Okay. You want to say hello to the people? Wow. want to say hello to the people? Honey. Honey. Oh. Okay, sit. You're a good girl. Do you want a treat? Okay, I'm going to give her a treat because she may be pregnant. So, I'll just give her... Lie down. Sorry, people. We'll get back to Meghan in a second. Lie down, baby. All right. Enough honey cuteness. Oh. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Let me see where we're all up to. Yeah, she's so cute. She's lovely. She's very sweet. We called her Honey because of her colour, but she's honey by nature. She's lovely, sweet. Yeah, she's pregnant. She's so sweet. I think she's pregnant. We've got to get her tested. Sky's reading said Harry's new woman will get pregnant with twins. Somebody else said that, thanks Jennifer. Somebody else said that maybe Meghan will pretend to be pregnant with twins. And my baby Honey, I'm sure she's pregnant with more than twins. There's lots of pregnancy happening in the air. Cindy Bunch, can you do a reading on Doria one day? Oh, yeah, sure, I can put that on my list. She's not somebody who really interests me, but... Oh, Monster Hat. They made a big thing about having only 2. They will adopt from Africa. Let's read on that. Oh, a moment's regret. Nostalgia. Currently, Meghan is feeling like a bit of a shipwreck. She's feeling like a bit of a shipwreck. Keeping up. She wants to keep up with the popularity of Princess Catherine. Will they adopt from Africa? That would be if I was their PR strategist, that would be something that I would recommend to them, actually. I mean, they're rich as anything. Wasn't there a little girl in Lesotho that Harry said he would come back and visit? And that was 20 years ago and he never visited her? Oh, chameleon. Chop and change. Pretending to be one thing when they really are another. Meghan trying to make herself look good. That's no surprise cards. Oh, tell us. Will they adopt? Oh, Orca. This is my orchestration card. And it came in upside down. This is Meghan. Here she is, dreaming. And all these different plans and schemes. She's wondering how she's going to get out of this mess. That's a very predatory energy. And she's going to go after somebody else. If Harry has another woman in his life, Meghan is not going to give Harry up without a fight. The other woman needs to look out. That's just what I'm seeing. Yeah, I was on Sky's live earlier, and I did not see the part where she said Harry's new woman will get pregnant with twins. But I've been reading very strongly that Harry has got a new woman, and that it's a blonde. And I heard Sky say that Harry's new blonde woman. So, yeah, I didn't see that part about the twins. Very interesting. Very interesting. Let's see. I'm going to have to give her another treat now. Sit, baby, sit. Good girl. The best thing I ever did was to go to proper training sessions, dog training sessions. And it's more to train the human than to train the dog, because the dog can learn anything, but it's for the human to know how to handle the dog. That was really good. And then the other thing we did was we trained her to be in a crate not lock her in there, but that's her safe place. And so she's when she feels overwhelmed, she just retreats to her crate, and then sometimes if we have to go out or whatever, we can leave her in her crate, and it's her happy place. Oh, okay, people, what is this? The three witchy sisters? The three witchy sisters? I wonder. Three paths open? Or Meghan with twins? What do you think that means? Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, anybody who hasn't watched Sky's Live from this morning, go and watch that. And also she said she was going to do Sussex marathons this week. Sussex marathons. So go back onto Sky's channel. Monster Hat. I'd hate to be Harry's next partner. I actually think Harry is not all bad. Okay, he's a bit of a doofus and he said some really terrible things about his family. But I think that Meghan truly brought out the worst in him, my Monster Hat. I really think that she brought out the worst in him. And I think if he had married Chelsea Davy, for example, he would never have done the things that he's done with Meghan. Never. Never. Jennifer, if she's pregnant, do you know who the doggy daddy is? Yes, we work with a breeder, and the breeder has sorted that part out. So yes, we do know who the dog daddy is. This is not an accidental pregnancy. The Storm Angel. The Storm Angel. Collision of beliefs, styles, attitudes, and energy. This is Meghan Markle's energy all over, isn't it? It's got to be my way or the highway. What Meghan wants, Meghan gets. I don't care for thousands of years of royal tradition. I just want to be, the queen. Hi, security. Welcome, welcome. The blonde that he kissed on stage is in her 50s, married, and has hosted the Well Childs Awards for the last few years. Yes, she's a presenter in the UK. And if you go back and watch, I did a video on that about Harry kissed a blonde. The energy around the kiss, I just saw the still. It kind of gave a bit of passion vibes. And in that reading, I got that he is not necessarily being unfaithful with that lady. That could have just been a welcome to the stage kind of kiss. But it showed to me the energy around Harry of fooling around. And I also did a reading on Harry having a blonde in New York City. So I don't think, and the reading I did on the UK said this, I don't think that the blonde he's having a thing with is the blonde who was up on stage with him. But it brought the energy forward. Meghan is bored without Harry at home. She's feeling stuck. Look at that. She's bored. It's no fun anymore because everybody's got all their attention on Harry. Harry gets all the attention. I'm the special one. Why does Harry get all the attention? Yeah, and they've known each other for a long time. That presenter, but it's not to say you can't have a thing with somebody you've known for a long time. But I didn't get the feeling that he was having a thing with her. So, yes. All right. Somebody's talking about a diet. Something's happening in the questions. I don't know what's happening about the diet. Yes, if anybody's got an issue with tumours, go on to Graham the Baron, also avid gardener. She speaks about it a bit, where Graham the Baron had, there's a particular diet that he used, and I can't even remember what it was, but once he'd been on the diet, it did help shrink his tumours. So, yeah, go on to Graham the Baron, and he's got a second channel now because the first one got demonetized. I can't remember what it is. Ask the card if Harry is answering her call. Okay, Drusilla, can we not talk about what's happening with you and some other channels? if you want to do that, can you contact them directly, please? You're disrupting the energy flow in my chat. I'm sorry you've had a bad experience. Can you and Min take it off this channel, please? It's really distracting the channel, distracting the energy. And I've just got an urgent message, so. And I don't know if anybody can answer. And I don't know if anybody can answer for Sky. If you've got an issue with Sky, please email her directly. Okay? All right, I'm going to pull 3 more cards and then I'm going to leave. So, is Harry answering the call? Well, a faithful dog, so potentially. Oh, look at that. The snake crushing somebody's heart. No, I'm getting no. He's not. He's not. He was faithful to her, and she treated him very badly, and she's crushed his heart. She's crushed the life out of him. Superficially, it might look like he's going back, but it's all over. Ha! It's all over. This is my death card. The relationship is over. He's managed to get out of her clutches, out of her web. Isn't that interesting? Thank you all for being on here. Sending you all love and blessings. I hope you have a fantastic day. I have to go and sort out my disabled son. But yeah, sending you lots of love and blessings. And may the angels walk with you wherever you go. And may you have miracles in your life.